So the 4-hour work week hit me like a sledgehammer when I first read it over 10 years ago. And flash forward to today, and I basically live the 4-hour work week, and my average day probably looks a lot like Tim Ferriss himself, with lots of white space in my calendar, minimal appointments, lots of time for reading and writing. But it took me years to achieve that because there was one thing in the book that turned out to be way harder than Tim made it sound. And that's what we're talking about today. So if you want to get to the next level of influence, impact, and income without giving up your lifestyle, this video is for you. Let's jump in.
What might be the benefits of an attempt or a partial success?
So in the book, Tim introduced this concept of a Muse business, which is a product-based business which can be outsourced and streamlined to the point where it only takes a few hours a week to manage. Sounds amazing, right? And on the blog over the years, Tim has given some really great examples of readers who went out and did exactly that. And congratulations to them, because it's a very impressive thing to do. Because it turns out that building a product-based business is a very hard thing to do. It is definitely not easy. I have a client who just built and sold a 7-figure, product-based business, and it was a beast at every single step. Research and development, ingredient quality and testing, supply chain issues, marketing challenges, resistance to the science behind his product. The list goes on and on. Tim was able to base his original 4-hour work week on a brain supplement, and that was his Muse business. But you notice you don't really hear about that business anymore. My guess is at some point, Tim's own Muse business stopped being a significant part of his own income. And if anybody knows Tim well enough to know when that happened, just drop us a line in the comments below and let us know. So I want to give you an alternative path to reaching the 4-hour work week, one that doesn't require developing a product and outsourcing to Asia, dealing with manufacturing and supply chain issues and all of that stuff. And that is a systematized service business. So I want to give you a few examples of a systematized service business. I have 2 clients in the real estate space. They each built real estate teams that net them 7 figures a year, and they can manage those teams in just a few hours a week. Both of them went on to start coaching consulting businesses that net high 6 or 7 figures, and then they streamlined those businesses to managing in just a couple hours a week. I also have a client who makes 6 figures a year in consulting and course sales and does that in 4 to 6 hours a week, mostly on Fridays because that's the only day of the week she's not taking patients as a high-level specialist OBGYN. So considering that service businesses like these are not known for being easy to step away from, how is any of this possible? Well, I've boiled it down to 3 ingredients. And before we get those, just do me a favor, hit the like button. You know the drill. It feeds the algorithm so more people see the video. So here are the ingredients of systematizing a service business. First, you want to start by solving just one problem in the business, right? If you build a business that solves 20 different problems, it's really like playing whack-a-mole when it comes to the operation side of the business, right? Just when you think every mole has been whacked, one is going to come up and bite you in the ass. So solving one problem allows you to build one master system that gets results for your clients, and you sell that one system. So if people are a good fit for that system, awesome. If they're not a good fit, say, no thank you, I'm going to find someone who fits my system perfectly. That's the first step to systematizing a service business. Second thing you want to do is build great systems. And the good news is that's a lot easier to do if you only have one master system that gets your clients results, because you really just have to document that system. When you go to document that system, you really just work your way through it slowly, step by step. It doesn't all have to be done at once. Just record videos and create checklists. That's it. Videos and checklists. We recommend using something like Trello or ClickUp because then you can make those checklists dynamic and evolving over time. But I got started with Google Docs, so just start drop dead simple. So once you've got your system documented, it's time to go out and hire some rockstar people to run that system, right? Well, not so fast. To me, the third step is different. It's to hire smart, capable people for specialized roles. So I don't look for rock stars who can handle 1,000 things that I throw at them. I certainly don't expect anyone to come in and sink or swim. To me, that's lazy leadership. What I want is to set people up for success by bringing in good, smart, capable people, giving them great systems to start with, and then basically asking them to stay in their lane. Just do what they do best and communicate well with the other specialists on the team so that everyone stays on track together. So I don't need rock stars on the team. They're just nice when we have them. They help improve our systems, but my business doesn't depend on my people being rock stars individually. So with most roles in our agency, I can bring in someone with the right skill set, smart, capable, good person, wants to do well, and I can plug them into our systems and we can be back and running seamlessly in just a couple of weeks. Contrast that with most full-time positions like an employee. Learning curves on a full-time employed position is 3 to 6 months. So while I can't give you a complete breakdown of what it takes to systematize a service business, I hope it gives you a vision of what's possible. because there is a different way to achieve the 4-hour work week, a different path from what Tim originally envisioned. But in my mind, I think he'd be proud of those of us that achieved that vision that he laid out, but followed our own path to get there. And that's really the timeless principle here. And I've covered this in a couple of other videos. There is no single path to success. And that's good news, but it also makes people uncomfortable because you can't just follow someone else's blueprint or checklist to success. And as much as Tim laid out the path to build a Muse business, really step by step between the book and the blog post that came after, it didn't work for me. I had to find my own path, and so do you. So I hope you find it inspiring. If you enjoyed the video, there's another one you might enjoy as well. And if you just love ideas like I do and you want to get to the next level of influence, impact, and income without giving up your lifestyle along the way, you will love every video on this channel. So make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.